Are we live? Are we live in the cut? Are we live? I think we're live, boys. I think we're live. I think we're live. I think we are live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I can hear myself through my speakers. My bad. Oh, I can hear myself. What's happening? Hope everyone had a good E3. What's happening? Hope everything was all that you wanted and more. Hope everything was all that you wanted and more. Just sharing the link around. We should be good. Sharing the link around. We should be good. Sharing the link around. And I will explain why we are on a completely different channel. And I will explain why we are on a completely different channel. In due time, meaning in a little bit. I will explain. Meaning in a little bit. I will explain why. Meaning in a little. We are on a whole different channel. That will be all explained once we get some people in here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just sharing this link around. No worries. Sharing this around. My phone going off. Oh my god, phone be quiet. Thank you. And yeah. Hope everyone had a nice E3. Hope everything was good. You know, mine certainly was for the most part. Aside from some channel issues that we had that we will address at the beginning of the episode. But this is the official Cross Circle pre-show. You know what I'm saying? You already know. I want to put that. Actually, I want to put this over here. Never mind. I don't know why I did that. Hold on, I can't hear you.
Can you now?
Why can't I hear you? Hold on. Yeah, that's a good idea. My headphones weren't plugged in. That'll do it.
Classic.
That'll do it for you.
Top 10 bro moments.
Top 10. Let me just adjust these real quick.
Are we currently live?
Yes, we are. We are indeed live, sir.
Oh, Twitch.
On Twitch, yes. Our some would call it a sanctuary city. Our what's another word? We're like refugees right now, you know, stranded.
Pretty much.
Stranded. Left us for dead, but hopefully not for long. I got more updates. I'll tell you later, but hopefully not for long.
But, all
right. We got Starks in the chat. Was good.
So Kevin, before we start.
Absolutely.
Last week when we recorded.
Yeah.
I asked you.
Wait, during like the week before E3?
Sorry, yes, last
okay.
episode when we recorded.
Last episode, okay. Mm-hmm.
I asked you to keep track of your predictions on a notepad or something. Do you have those still?
That was not done. Oh,
okay.
Wait, like the ones that I posed on the show?
For the game, yeah.
I think I have them. Let me check. I think I have my predictions. Let me see.
Because remember, you were asking me questions and you're writing down my answers and stuff like that.
I have your answers. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I do have your answers. Yes.
Cool.
I do
because,
have. Okay. Yes.
I ran through the episode leading up to right now while we're live, and I have some things to go over. On what counts as a point or not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, so
I'm going to write down a few things.
Are we going to spend the first half of the show going over the bets and such, and then go into our top 5? Or do you want to flip them?
Honestly, I was going to just burn through the results pretty fast.
Okay, that's fine. That works out. Shout out the Toronto Raptors. Shout out Kawhi Leonard. Shout out the boys getting it done for the first time ever in history for them and the franchise. Shout out to them. But yeah. Huge event for us Canadians. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I assume. Us Phoenix Suns. We aren't the best of teams, if I may. So, but so you took track of my answers for your questions, correct?
Yeah, I'm compiling them all right now.
Okay, beautiful. Actually, let me just clean up my layout and do that. So wait, let me make sure. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, cool. I have all 5. They're here chilling.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right, we're good. It was on your end.
It was, just to make sure, it was Splinter Cell, Avengers, Kind of Funny. Last of Us.
Yes, I have Last of Us trailer and Odyssey sequel.
Gotcha.
And that is Mario Odyssey, to be specific.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Last one was Last of Us. And so I have these all together for points.
Okay.
Do you have your 5 like predictions?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think I have a couple of them.
Okay.
I just need like 1 minute to write them down.
Which ones do you have? Because I think I can remember the last one. Because I know they are off this list. I know one of them was Fallout 76. I think one of yours to mine was the apology thing.
Right, I'm talking about the like, remember how it was like, oh, Evil Within 3 is gonna be here. Those predictions.
The last half ones. Oh
yes.
Man. Yeah, shoot, I don't have those. I just wrote down your questions.
Because I listened to them while I was getting ready, and I didn't write them down yet, and I remembered a couple. I just have to scrub through the thing real quick.
Okay. But in the chat, how did y'all feel about E3 2019? How'd you guys feel about it? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm also curious.
I'm very curious because I don't know. This felt like a very weird E3, at least to me personally. I don't know if everyone has the same type of opinion, but a very, very odd E3, at least the way it felt tonally. You know what I'm saying? Stark says it was aight. I am.
Stark. What was your favorite thing that you saw, Starks?
Yeah, what's your favorite thing? Fred, Kevin Van Vliet. Oh man, listen. Everyone, the entire E3 throughout the streams were saying that I looked like Fred Van Vliet, Billy looked like Steph Curry. It was crazy. Y'all are wild out here. Y'all wild. I'm just shocked at the amount of stuff that we didn't see that we thought we would have seen. You know?
Yeah, Starks, I asked what your favorite thing that you saw was.
Yeah.
Like your just favorite game that you saw throughout the whole show.
Oh man.
How was your week though? How was your week since E3? You play any stuff, or you just
Actually, I have been no-lifing the Borderlands series. So as of the end of E3, as of the end of E3 until last night, I don't know how many days that is, but I beat Borderlands 1 and 2.
Nice.
Which is a lot. A lot. So I'm going to start, I think, pre-sequel tonight, we'll see. And then roll into probably Tales from the Borderlands and then the DLC for Borderlands 2 that leads to the Borderlands 3, then I'll call that my catch-up. And then what I'm playing next, not sure. A lot of people, including yourself, are pushing for the Arkham series.
Yes, please.
So I think I think
Stream it. That would be amazing to stream.
I think that might be it. I don't know. We'll see. But cuz I do want to like just bum through like the order again cuz that'd be like a quick 6-7 hour game. No big deal, you know. I kind of want to bum rush through Horizons DLC, but I don't know if I want to do that right now.
Hmm.
But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But probably the Arkham series. Favorite game was Cyberpunk 2077 and Avengers. Avengers was lit. Now Christian, I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw, but there was a thing that happened where someone recorded the Avengers gameplay behind closed doors.
I saw that.
Okay, I do have a saved file on my computer. In the event that it is taken down, and indeed I believe it is taken down, or at least very limited, but I do have a copy of it. That yeah. It looks like what I imagined it would look, and definitely those like little snippets in the trailer
Hmm.
definitely were, um reflective of what the gameplay actually was. But how did you feel about it? The game really shocked me. I'm gonna love it. Yeah, Starks. I can't wait to, man. I just hope it all pans out. And I think there's a whole video I probably want to make separately, probably this week about the notion and the almost low key uh what's the name I'm looking for? Low key kind of confirmation that they're sharing universes with Spider-Man PS4. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, so there's something that
The,
debunks it kind of.
there's something. Oh, really? Okay, definitely. Let me know. There's something that debunks it. Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Huh? Because I've seen a lot of parallels that definitely does to me make sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There's, um, of course, when you find the Avengers logo on the building, Peter says the Avengers are in the West Coast, right? Number one.
Hmm.
Taskmaster says he's fought the Avengers multiple times, and then we see Taskmaster in the trailer for Avengers. That was interesting, So there's some evidence to support it. And then the way they were dodgy about having something specific for PlayStation gamers,
Hmm.
alongside of course a beta. You know, I don't know. It seems like it's a go, but if there's something that debunks it, definitely let me know.
Do you
I'm
want to know
definitely
now or do you want to know later?
You can tell me later. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Because I'll throw that in the video too. That was Taskmaster. Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. That was definitely Taskmaster in the trailer. Definitely. 100%. That was Taskmaster. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
But
I think I have everything compiled now.
okay, beautiful. Sounds good. Welcome. This was the I think the longest pre-show.
It was
It's lit.
because I had to prep for the
It
show.
is. It is a okay, ladies and gentlemen. A
This is
okay.
exactly what happens before the show starts. I just go off on scrambling some notes together.
Absolutely. Um,
Okay.
are we good?
I am good when you are.
All right, I'm gonna roll the old intro. Hold on. Cheer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cross Circle, the official podcast for PlayStation Source. We are back. We took E3. It hit both of us. We are here. We being myself, Christian Buckley, my co-host Kevin Diaz.
What's going on? It hit both of us, but not only just us. It hit the old channel.
Oh yeah,
It
then why
hit
don't
the
we
old
just
channel.
start with that?
So I'm just gonna address this. So obviously here, we are, not on YouTube.com/PlayStation Source. We are on Twitch.tv/PlayStation Source. And the reason for that is, while we were streaming the Ubisoft conference, before then we got simple, copyright claims, no big deal, you know what I'm saying? And what happened was a similar thing that happened last year, with people that were streaming the Ubisoft conference. Specifically, they revoked a lot of channels, not only ours, but a lot of other people that I reached out to on Twitter and have been talking with as well, trying to resolve this issue. But we got live streaming revoked on youtube.com/PlayStation Source for the time being. So a lot of this past week, us taking a little step back after E3, was definitely me trying to reinstate the live streaming feature, of course, because we all we use it a lot on PlayStation Source and stuff like that. So YouTube support was not that helpful. So shout out to them. Definitely not listening to what I was trying to say, but it is what it is, But I do have I am in contact with some people at Ubisoft support that have been a lot more helpful. I definitely understand the whole scope of it. Definitely understand what happened, what went wrong, and why it's not quote unquote right per se. So steps are being made. We will know. There could be a chance it could be reinstated by next episode, but nonetheless, this will be uploaded to YouTube regardless. So
yeah,
the playlist will still be intact. All the episodes will still be there. This one will just be live on Twitch, and hopefully this will be the only one that will be live on Twitch. We will see how the end of the week goes. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, that's that. So
all right. Well, last episode, not last week, last episode, we did some predictions. Before we recap those and tally our scores together, what was your overall impression of E3?
I don't know. I thought it was a very weird E3. I don't know if everyone else has this feeling, but for me personally, like I don't know. Like I didn't. Now there were obviously games that I liked, that we will talk about later in the episode, but I think overall I wasn't extremely blown away. And I think that could be a lot of reasons. Number one, we are in a generation transition time right now where a lot of big games are going to be probably revealed with the next consoles and stuff like that. Even though there is backwards compatibility, I think, for both consoles, but still, nonetheless, I'm sure those games are still in development. So I think naturally we have a lull period right now, but I don't know. I just didn't. This year didn't blow me away. I wasn't like, I feel like there wasn't a big pop, like a big oh my god game. At least from like a new IP. Cyberpunk was oh my god, but I feel like it's always been oh my god type of game. But I feel like we're missing a big the game of E3 that was new or something like that. But overall, I just thought it was a pretty so if I had to rate it, maybe a 7, maybe a 6-8, I don't know, something like that.
It's definitely the worst E3 in recent memory.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's because of a lot of reasons. Like you said, I think it's mostly because of the transition period now. I don't think... I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, it's because Sony's gone. I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think either. I know we're obviously biased, but I personally don't think that. No, I don't. Yeah, it's not. No, I don't think it's because of Sony.
But E3 may not have been as entertaining as I would have hoped, but we did a game, like I mentioned, that was very entertaining looking back, seeing how hopeful we were about some things, what we were expecting.
It definitely did not go as what we thought, for sure.
So we're gonna run through the results of this game here. Basically, the rules were, we had 5 questions we were gonna ask each other. If I asked Kevin one of my questions and Kevin got it right, I would lose a point.
Indeed.
And then if he got it wrong, I would get a point.
Right.
And then after that, we each had 5 predictions that if we got right, we each would have earned a point from each prediction. Deal. And then we had a triple home run grand slam prediction. If we got it right, it was 3 points. So, I have these listed here. Beautiful. And I gotta say, we're gonna debate a couple of these things on if it counts or not.
Okay.
But let's just go into it. So, First off, I asked you, will Modern Warfare appear on the Xbox stage? You said, yeah, absolutely.
I'm shocked. I'm
I,
shocked. I
I
don't
mean,
get
I
it.
guess it really did come down to the whole PlayStation has marketing, and they didn't want to break that, I guess.
That is, gosh. I mean, I don't. Yeah, that would really shock me. I'm like, dude, how? Like how?
It's crazy because like they had a presence at E3 on the Coliseum stage,
hmm
but they still didn't show anything.
They
And it was
just.
like the worst marketing like speech I've heard ever. It was like,
It was really
oh,
weird.
it was a very weird presentation. They had like nothing to show from it.
I think the only thing, if I remember correctly, I think they had two screenshots. I think so. They had. I think
I
two
think
screenshots came out of E3 involving COD, but
yeah.
no really new info as far as I'm aware.
Yes, like maybe an event in the summer, maybe a state of play. I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that was interesting. How we haven't seen gameplay yet from that game, but oh well.
So next question, the one you asked me first.
Mm.
You said, will Splinter Cell appear at E3?
Dang! Wait. Okay, this is where we're gonna argue, right? Like when we split some hairs here. Because
Well,
technically,
because Sam Fisher appeared,
exactly.
Splinter
That's what I'm
Cell
saying.
didn't.
Hmm. I
And I
mean,
believe,
would it be
what did
safe
I
to
say?
say that Sam
Do you have my, sorry, do you have my
Let me
answer
see.
here? Did I say yes to this one or no?
Let me see.
Because I think I changed.
Splinter Cell is not at E3 2018. You said no. Wait, I wrote down no.
Oh,
Hold
so I
on.
was saying it would be.
You said it would be,
Okay.
which is interesting. Huh. So I guess now we have to talk about the essence of like Splinter Cell as a whole. Splinter Cell was not mentioned by name, but we did have Sam Fisher in that one mobile game that you talked
Yeah,
about.
and like, I don't think Sam Fisher is Splinter Cell, you
Okay.
know?
Okay. That
So
was the next question. Okay.
I'm fine giving you that one. So I have 1 point from COD, you have 1 point from Splinter Cell.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Um, I'm trying to keep track of these. So 1-1 so far. Next, I asked, will EA reveal more than 2 new unannounced titles, not including mobile games or remasters? You said
Did I say yes for that?
you said no.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
So you got that correct.
Lit.
So I lose a point.
I thought I said yes to that, but thank God I said no because
No, because you said no, and then I was like, I never said only at the EA conference, and then you're like, no. Um, so yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised EA didn't show like anything new at
dude.
all.
Oh my gosh,
Or at
like
least, sorry, any new surprises. Because like they showed the new games for this year, but like anything new,
yeah, yeah.
nothing.
That EA play was that was a conference, if I may.
I'm glad. I made a
God.
last minute decision. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go or watch the whole thing because I could go to Boston today.
Oh
Glad I
man,
went to Boston.
I wish I cut it at after
Apex.
Apex. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I just dipped after Apex because everything else, man. Gosh, that was a doozy. God, but all right.
See, yeah, that's where I stopped.
Yeah, I wish I stopped at Apex, but nope, did
Okay.
not.
Uh, the next question. You
Indeed.
asked me, will Avengers be like, will the reception to Avengers be bad? And then we got specific, and you said, will it be higher or lower than an 8-2 like to dislike ratio on YouTube?
Let me look at the trailer actually. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
wait.
trying to pull this up
Did
right now.
did
There's
we
nothing on the Square Enix trailer, so
okay?
I'm just gonna look up Avengers.
Did we dictate which channel ads it come from? Well,
Well, we said
Avengers official trailer.
I don't think Square Enix posted one. We
Okay.
mentioned Square, but let's just check on the Marvel YouTube channel.
Okay.
Marvel Entertainment,
Okay.
13 million views.
I see it. I got it. It's at 370K like, 35K dislike.
Okay, so I got to do some quick math.
I'm trying to look
So-
for. I'm surprised it doesn't show as percentage ratio on YouTube natively, but. So I guess, yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess this will. It looks like it's gonna be like a 98. Not like
It's
95, 90.
the actual percentage is 0.91, Sorry. The percentage would be 91%.
91%.
So it's a 9-1 pretty much.
Deal.
I said higher, so that's a point for me.
Deal. Beautiful. How'd you feel about Avengers?
Sorry, that's not a point for me. You lose a point. Confused.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I liked the trailer.
Uh-huh.
I personally, I wasn't super disappointed. I talked about it on Excelsior, my Marvel podcast.
Beautiful.
With my buddies, which is going live later today.
Beautiful.
But we talked about, general impressions, and through that conversation, my friend Jack was like, yeah, I'm kind of really worried, because he wasn't hyped about the game as a service aspect, and then seeing, no gameplay from it, it made him worried, because the game is less than a year out. So having that conversation put it in perspective for me, and I'm like, I could see it getting delayed. I don't know if this was the right decision to just show it the way they did.
Yeah.
But I liked everything they said.
Yeah.
I liked what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate the designs of the characters personally. I think they're fine. I like them.
I just hate Cap. I can't get over it, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so ingrained in MCU Cap, and that's how I visualize Cap. I don't know.
Yeah.
But everyone else looks solid to me, except Cap in the suit. Not like Cap, the actual human as Cap. In the game, I'm talking about just the suit. It looks like a hockey suit. I don't know. But oh well.
The thing I am a little let down with is the lineup. I was kind of hoping that the lineup would be a little more diverse and not just the only MCU thing that I think is annoying about it is it is that Avengers team minus Hawkeye for some reason.
Yeah, even though they then tease no, don't worry guys, Hawkeye is somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I feel like they could have gotten weird with it and done a really cool Avengers team. They could have done
something different.
Iron Man, Cap, and Hulk. Maybe even Thor. Keep them. But two other ones Black Panther, maybe Miles Morales, maybe Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
maybe Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I think they had an opportunity to do something unique the same way that Insomniac's Spider-Man was yeah, we're doing some slight variations of these characters that not even design-wise, but having Yuri in there, having Miles play that role for Peter.
Right.
So I was the cast, not the voice cast, but the characters they chose, I wished it was a little more surprising and exciting.
Yeah. Even my quick thing also is that I'm aware, we're all aware, Troy Baker and Nolan North, oh my god, who's the girl? Oh my god.
Laura Bailey.
Laura Bailey, thank you, yeah. All talented, But I feel especially, not so much Laura Bailey, but especially Troy Baker and Nolan North, I'm I kind of want to see someone different,
Yeah.
Just because when I hear Iron Man in this game, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hear, Nathan, and that's
great
not.
Pick, though.
Yeah, it is a great pick.
If you want to cast Tony Stark, you did an all right job.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
but I totally get what you mean.
I like them. I just wish we got a different voice. I don't know. Maybe just me. I don't know. Maybe,
I hope we can. This is the last thing, then we can move on to the next one.
Bet.
I hope that Troy Baker gets to voice the Hulk, because I want to see Troy Baker have fun and voice the Hulk, not just.
Right.
That'd be very cool. Moving on. My next question I asked you: will Bethesda meaningfully apologize for Fallout 76 on stage? You said yes. I get a point.
Now, I mean,
Todd Howard.
We didn't hear. I'm sorry.
No, he did not, and it wasn't even meaningful. He said something about yeah, that was a thing, something like that. God.
Okay, now I'm not trying to debate the point, right?
He acknowledged that it was a mess, but he never apologized for it.
And with his line of him saying, it's surprising that we have a crowd like this given our last year. Obviously referring to the Fallout 76 debacle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right, Todd. You got other games besides your stuff.
Yeah, dude. Also, that crowd was odd, if I may. That crowd was odd. I'm like,
Man,
huh. I'm like, what is this? When the logo came up and everyone started cheering, I'm like, what? What game did you guys play? I'm like, guys, hold on. Something's not right here. Something is not right here. This is that was almost on par with the Inside Xbox crowd from Mexico during that conference. It was almost like that. I'm like, there is something afoot here. Something is up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even the dev, when he walked out on stage with the producer, when he heard the cheering, he started laughing. He's like,
very, very weird. Very, very weird. But I don't know.
So I get a point for that one.
Hey, Fallout Battle Royale. Who would have thought of that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey.
I thought about trying the free demo, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that to myself.
I thought about it. I might. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not.
Okay, next up. You asked me, or you posited that all things considered, end of the day,
okay.
I would like, proportionally, I'd like the most games out of the Kind of Funny showcase.
I did.
And I said no.
Right.
And I think I was right.
Yeah, it sounds like it was. I know while we were watching
because we reacted together, right?
Yeah,
we
I
did
know.
That live, yeah.
Yeah, we did live. I know while you were watching it, you were like, "Oh, wait, maybe." Like, you know, like remember that prediction, Kevin? Like it might be real. I don't know, but I don't think that held up after watching Square and Nintendo go after.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's where it crumbled, but. Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
That's that.
Point for me on that one. Next up, how many games? I asked you this. How many games featuring superheroes will be shown across all the conferences? You said 4.
I did say 4. Wait,
let's go
through
them.
What 4 thinking of? Oh, because we were hoping for the Batman stuff. Oh God,
yeah.
God, Jesus.
So, Avengers, Ultimate Alliance 3. I think on the Xbox stage at the Game Pass thing, Batman was used in the Game Pass marketing. I could be thinking this wrong, but I have definitely seen like several ads and banners for Game Pass the past few days that have Batman on it, and I think it's the same graphic they used in the conference.
Wait, what did the bet say? Did it say like new announced titles, or just
I didn't, because the thing is, I
general?
I didn't ask you what games they were or if they would be new. I said how many games featuring superheroes will be shown across all conferences.
When you say superhero,
I'm talking like based on a comic book.
Okay. I was about to say like because
I'm not. I don't mean like Battletoads
like,
or something.
No. I mean Battletoads. I mean like people with heightened abilities, if I may.
What would you? Oh, like Life is Strange.
No, I'm trying to think of like that new IP Outriders. I think that some of the characters had like elemental powers, like
oh yeah, and like there was that Ninja Theory game that was like, oh, they're here. It's a hero shooter. That doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So even if it was 3,
close. Very close.
I kind of want to give you like a half a point or either a full point because I just asked for a number and you got pretty close.
I'm trying to think if there were other superhero. No, because it's just.
I'll give you half a point if you would like to accept it.
I'll accept the gesture. I'll accept it. Shout out. We out here.
You're 1 off, so you got 0.5. There you go.
Deal. I will oblige.
Okay. Next up. You asked me, will there be a Mario Odyssey sequel? I said no.
Negative.
But you know what I did say?
Oh my God.
I said I fully expect, want, and believe a Mario Odyssey sequel is coming probably soon.
Okay.
But I think it's more likely they announce the next 3D Zelda.
You did
AKA
say that.
the Breath of the Wild sequel.
Indeed. And that's precise.
Before Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Indeed.
I'm not asking for points. I'm just saying I want that out there that I did mention that on camera.
Wait, was that written in the bet? Because I'll give you that point.
No, it didn't count as points. Because I was just like talking through my reasoning for talking about the Odyssey thing.
Okay, gotcha.
So I got that right, so I get a point.
I see.
I think I'm still doing this right. Bouncing back and forth is a little bit of a trip between things I'm asking and you're asking me. Okay. I said, will Sony have a representative on the Xbox stage? You said yes.
What the why?
I don't know.
Why did I say yes to that? God, I hate myself sometimes.
Man, I don't know.
Wait, what what was the reasoning? But I want to watch that episode now back again, because what was the reasoning behind that? Hold on. Was it?
because I
Oh
think
wait, was it the streaming initiative and the that like
yeah, it was
mutual
that, and
memorandum? Okay.
it was that, and you said like Sony yes, PlayStation no, like that's your was your reasoning behind it. So
Okay, I can kind of see that, but it sounds
okay,
ridiculous now. But all right,
so you got that wrong, so I get a point.
beautiful.
You asked me, will there be a Last of Us Part 2 trailer within
Hmm.
the week of E3, Sunday through Friday? I said no originally, and I switched to yes.
Interesting.
I got that wrong, so you get a point.
Beautiful.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Shout out Last of Us, man. Shout out.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Now it's time to go through our predictions.
This is gonna be
I
fun.
said Evil Within 3 gets revealed. No,
Negative.
didn't happen. I said Prince of Persia.
Negative.
Didn't happen. I think Prince of Persia was like my side thing, and then I said like a Batman game. Either way, didn't get either of those.
Yeah.
Now, for my final two here, I said THQ Nicktoon games finally appear. SpongeBob platformer coming this year.
Yeah, we need to discuss. So we didn't
This
set
was a
date.
couple days before E3.
We didn't set date parameters, did we?
I think I said during E3, but we never like specified when that counts, like we did with Last of Us. I don't know if we were assuming it would count as the same thing for The Last of Us.
I am willing for you to take that point. Off of
I
just
would settle for a 0.5
that's fine. That's fine.
because I also said it would be coming this year. It's announced for 2020. So
I am okay with the 0.5 because like I thought you were crazy. I didn't know that there was
yep.
demand for this game, but apparently there is. Shout out. Shout out.
Okay. Lastly, this isn't my wild prediction. This was my fifth.
Okay.
I said Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC shown. Trailer features Leon and Yuffie. We did get a trailer. Leon and Yuffie weren't there.
Right. 0.5.
Okay. But Leon is coming back because they announced that Final Fantasy VIII remaster. So happy day. So all things considered, out of my thing, I got 1 point out of those. Now breezing through yours. You said Wolfenstein 3 will be there and be out this year.
Damn it.
Actually, no, you didn't say that. You said it would be next gen. Sorry. Did not happen.
No, only Youngblood stuff. Unfortunately.
You said Game Pass is coming to Switch.
Damn it.
You said that I, Christian Buckley, would have trouble breathing at Square or Nintendo.
Now, did you have respiratory problems in any of those two conferences?
I gasped during the Nintendo thing. I was like, whoa. So
for what?
I forget what it was. It might have been Zelda.
Link's Awakening?
No, for like Breath of the Wild 2, I think.
Okay. Okay, Breath of the Wild 2.
So you can have a point for that one because I did. I wasn't like choking, but like
yeah. I meant just like
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a. Yeah, you get a full point on that one.
Beautiful.
For some ungodly reason.
God, tell me how bad it is.
You said Ubisoft will not have a Just Dance segment. That was just foolish.
I hate myself, man. Ubisoft conference was such a letdown. I don't want to talk about Ubisoft's conference, honestly. I don't want to. It hurts my soul.
So now, I think that was it. And then for the final mega predictions, for 3 points.
Beautiful.
I said Phil Spencer, either at the Xbox or Nintendo show, comes out with some Nintendo person and is like, hey, Nintendo Select Rare Replay coming to Switch leads into a Banjo and Smash trailer.
Okay, if parts of those are right, definitely.
So I got Banjo and Smash.
Banjo and Smash is right. Wait, Rare Replay was there, right? Or am I tripping? Am I wrong?
No, that was not a Switch announcement. It's not on Switch.
Okay,
sadly.
Okay, sorry. Huh.
And then you said, for your crazy one, Star Wars Battlefront 3 just exists.
Yeah, right.
So, I'll take since I had there were 3 points, and I got the Smash part right. Is 1 point fair?
Yes, because
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me add all this up. I got 1, 2, 3, -1, so 2, +1, so 3, +1, so 4, +1, so 5, +1, so 6. So I have 6.
Beautiful.
And you.
Battlefront 3. Jesus Christ.
Okay. You said +1 for you, so you got 1. Then -1 for the Avengers thing. Then
0.
Sorry, I think I have 5, not 6. I meant to say -1 for you instead of +1 for me here. So the kind of funny thing, you lost a point because it wasn't my favorite.
So I'm at -1.
You're -1 right now.
That's hot.
Plus 0.5 for you.
-0.5.
+1.
We're at half.
1.5 +1. So
Wait.
you have 2.5.
2.5. Okay, cool.
So I got 5, you got 2.5.
Congratulations, Christian.
Okay. That took much more time than I was expecting, but that's how it all shook out.
The true winner of E3 2019. Shout out, Christian. Dude,
yeah.
I'm just shocked at the amount of things that were not shown that we would have sworn they were going to be shown.
Yeah,
like, the biggest one I think for me is Batman.
Right.
And anything Rocksteady, anything Adobe Montreal, like any... I believe Rocksteady said before even E3 started, I think it was on that Thursday or Wednesday, whatever, that hey, we're not gonna be there. I thought they were joking. I was like, there is no way.
Yeah, cause see, when that happened, I was like, oh, so WB Montreal is definitely showing up.
Yeah. Insane.
But yeah, I think this E3 was one that was not full of surprises. I think it was one that was more puzzling because of the things that weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, almost no Capcom at all, which I mean makes sense. They had a really stacked first half of the year.
Right.
They got Monster Hunter later this year.
Right.
But yeah, pretty light.
Yeah.
Pretty light E3.
We'll see 2020, boys. We'll see how it goes. But
yeah. So let the record stand. The current score for E3 predictions: Christian 1, Kevin 0.
Your boy.
We will continue this next year.
What's good? Did we do one for last year?
No, we didn't. Last year it was just like what we wanted. We did like a top 10 of things we're expecting.
Okay, I remember. Okay, cool.
But now, for the remainder of the show, we're also doing another top 10. We are doing my 5, your 5, together 10.
Beautiful.
Our favorite games that we saw from E3 of this year. Now, before we start, I would like to ask you.
Yes.
Does Death Stranding count as an E3 game?
No. Why?
No? Okay.
Wait, why? Why would it count as an E3 game?
Because, man, that might be the best thing that I saw in the past week.
You hate to hear it. Yo, ain't that crazy how PlayStation won E3 without being there? That's crazy. Oh, man, you hate to see it.
Okay.
You know what? That's fine. If you want to count that, it's okay.
We'll see how it goes, because I got 2 things definite. No, I have 4 things definite. I just don't know what my 5th is yet.
That was my spot. Like, I have a few that I like. I have one that I'm even questioning even being on my top 5. I have a ton of honorable mentions for things that, like, I knew I was going to like when I saw it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they were worthy of, like, being in the top 5. You know, I tried to do the top 5 of, like, brand new things that we saw at E3 that we were not aware that was coming. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, Watch Dogs Legion, yeah, y'all know I'm a Watch Dogs fan. I'm going to like it when I see it. It's, you know, even though Legion was kind of wishy-washy for me, but whatever, you know. So my top 5 is just, like, brand new things that we saw.
Okay. Cool. I will kick things off like we did earlier this year. If you remember back in January, I took a full court shot with this game.
A full court shot.
Because, like, it was kind of, like, unknown. I had faith. I was, like, other side of the basketball court. I just, like, shot that thing.
Yeet
Terrible
it.
aim.
Yeet it.
Terrible aim because I had no
Gotcha.
idea where it was going.
I feel you.
But my boy Greg Miller grabbed that basketball,
Oh no.
alley-ooped it, slam dunk, skatebird.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Skatebird.
forgot.
Came back. This was on my top 10 most anticipated for the year. I think it was my number 10, and I don't think it's coming out this year. I know there's an alpha. I think the Kickstarter is either still up or reached its goal almost immediately after the showcase, but I loved everything I've seen of this game, and I continue to want it so bad to fill the void of Tony Hawk and Skate in my heart. Skatebird is amazing. Just the idea. I already love in games where it's like you're this creature or you're existing in this world that's a fully realized world that you and I would like live in, and it's just a normal room, but you're just shrunk down, and then everything is like completely different. So like Toy Story, any of the Toy Story games are great. I love those for that reason. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts levels where you get shrunk down to like Alice in Wonderland. You get shrunk. Cinderella, you like run around with the mice.
Right.
The idea of being just a little bird on like a tech deck and grinding on pencils and like binders and stuff.
It definitely, yeah, for real.
Amazing idea.
I feel that.
And I love what I saw.
Now, you bring up the Kind of Funny Game showcase, right? Something that I forgot to look into upon doing my list. There was one game that really was like, all right, this is my type of game. Do you remember what that was? I think it was Foregone, actually. I'm going to do a quick copy paste. Let me make sure.
Was Foregone the roguelike with like the cel shaded art style?
It definitely says Two Gorgeous Souls like 2D adventure. Yes, it was that. Okay. I'm gonna replace that on the list with a game that I had on there. So the game I had on there originally was Minecraft Dungeons. I'm gonna swap
that game looks
that.
awesome.
Yeah, that game really looks good. Now I'm debating on even taking it off now. Dang. All right, take it as you will. Minecraft Dungeons was on the list. I'm now slowly replacing it with Foregone.
I was happy about Minecraft Dungeons too, so that can be our number 11 on this top 10.
Okay, that's cool. Because
that's the shout out.
Bet. Because for me, both of these games definitely share that comment of, all right, this is definitely a Switch game. This is definitely a game that I'm just gonna pop in at whenever I can. You know what I'm saying? Especially Foregone. You know, being because it reminded me a lot of Dead Cells. You know, I had a very serious addiction with Dead Cells last summer. Like it was oh god, I loved it. So it definitely seems like it's gonna be that type of game, being a rogue. I don't know if it's roguelike, but you know, it's to that same ilk, that same definitely aesthetic, same design, the nice color palette. You know, it's definitely my style of like 2D game that I like to play on the go. You know, but that one definitely did impress me 100%. So I really like that one a lot. And you know, just to talk briefly, now that we're kind of doing this co-op thing, whatever, with Minecraft Dungeons, that looks great. I haven't been the biggest Minecraft fan ever, you know, like I pop in here and there. I did after E3 with my friends one night. We were trying to rebuild our old job that we used to work at, just for shits and giggles, whatever. So, you know, like I like Minecraft fine, you know, I don't love it. I'm not, you know, but Dungeons seems like definitely something that I could definitely get into, like really heavy, you know.
Yeah, I haven't been super in on Minecraft for a few years. Like high school, I used to play with my friends on weekends or whatever, or in class because we had laptops in school. But yeah, the concept of dungeons and just the idea of doing something like that appeals way more to me than Minecraft story mode. Even though I'm a huge Telltale fan, I never played Minecraft story mode, but dungeons just seems awesome.
Definitely, 100%.
So,
I definitely like that.
Next up for me, speaking of Switch games that is like just screams to be a Switch game, this is something that has stuck with me since I saw the reveal. I have zero investment in this franchise.
Okay.
I've always thought it was like kind of interesting, but like as time went on, I was like, it looks like it's just trying too hard. But this new game in this series is just like so cool to me, and it just seems like a perfect, cozy, awesome game to just have and put so much time into.
Okay.
And it's not even gonna be $60. It's gonna be like 40, I think.
Oh, I think they're talking about.
Darksiders
Yeah.
Genesis.
Okay. I have not seen this
Darksiders
game.
Genesis, dude.
Does it look cool? I haven't even looked at any trailer about it yet. I know it existed. Like I know it got announced. I just don't know. I haven't seen gameplay of it. You know.
So it's a spin-off. It's not Darksiders 4, but it is the introduction to the fourth horseman. So far we have War, Death, Fury, and now Strife.
Okay.
So Darksiders Genesis is a top-down kind of dungeon crawler with like elements of Diablo, but the way it was more described that I've heard in impressions is more of a mix of like not necessarily like the depth of Diablo, but like the experience of going through dungeons in the Lara Croft Curse of Osiris or Temple of Osiris game. Do you remember that? Like last gen, it was like that top-down Lara Croft game that was co-op and really fun.
Lara Croft Go?
No, it was PS3 and 360.
Okay, I don't remember, but okay, all right.
So it's a top-down view, but game looks beautiful. It's like the best-looking Darksiders game I've ever seen.
Interesting.
And the idea of being able to either run through dungeons as one of the four horsemen from Darksiders, which I think Darksiders has like some cool designs.
Right.
That trailer showed like this three-headed gross monster boss that I was having banter with Strife, and I was like, Strife is like cool. He's a cool dude. He's just like glass cannon. He's got pistols. He's like running around all over the place. But it looks like a fun mix of Zelda, Diablo, and like that Lara Croft game. And it's appealed to me way more than any other Darksiders game. And it's one that I'm just like constantly thinking about. I'm like, I wonder when that's coming out. It's dated for 2019. No, nothing more specific than that yet. But that might be like a day one for me. I'm like really looking forward to that.
Okay, all right. I see you. Yeah, I've only seen gameplay like Darksiders 3, and like I debated picking it up, but I was like,
I still want to check out Darksiders 1.
Yeah.
Because the original Darksiders always got compared to Zelda, but if it was like during the apocalypse and like in a grittier fantasy setting.
Interesting.
And it just like it seems cool. So
right. I see.
I'm excited.
I see. All right. On my list, this was shown on the Xbox stage, and this is definitely like a branching off of like my liking this now for having like super, narrative driven games. Not like it's just started, but like, it falls in that category of like, all right, I want like really cool narrative. You know what I'm saying? It's called 12 Minutes.
Yes.
It was a top-down adventure game featuring a man trapped in a 12-minute time loop. So as of right now, it's not confirmed for PlayStation. It looks like it's just going to be on Xbox and PC, but also Mac. So if I have to, I will play this on Mac. It seems like my Mac could definitely run this game. Doesn't seem that intensive at all. But it just featured like it was just such a cool concept, of like this man being in this loop. And I think there's only 3 characters as far as I'm aware. Like I think it's just the man and his wife and like this cop that knows what the woman possibly did in the past, something like that. It just seems like a super, super cool story that I definitely want to experience. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if it's literally going to be 12 minutes or what. I don't know if, you have to get a specific ending to beat the game, or you just get the ending that you get and you can, move on. Not sure how it's going to go down like that way, but
right.
I really, really liked it. Like the voice acting definitely, I feel for me, stuck out a lot. Like it seemed like a AAA style of voice acting, and it definitely seemed really well done. So that's it. I like that one a lot. Definitely did impress me. Definitely did. That one stuck. That was one of the games that like really stuck out for me the entire E3. It was like that game, and that showing. So.
It's a unique concept for something like that, because personally, like, I really love having short experiences like that where I can like chip away at it and get like a full session's worth of satisfaction out of it. Like I could probably sit down, assuming like maybe half an hour, get through 1 or 2 scenarios and be like, cool, I'm excited to go back and see what happens next.
Right.
So 12 minutes does seem like a cool idea.
Right.
I wonder how many different endings there are.
Yeah.
Because if you're just limited to like that apartment, which is like a bedroom, a bathroom, and a kitchen,
Yeah.
I'm curious like how much replayability slash opportunity for getting weird with things you have.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, because it definitely seemed like very. They did show a few outcomes that you could get, where like,
Mm.
you die, she dies, stuff like that, different scenarios. But I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on that one. Definitely, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Yeah.
Next up for me, this one is not really going to be surprising.
Mm.
So, Final Fantasy VII.
Mm.
That was the best gameplay demo I saw at E3. Seeing the way they realized this environment that only takes you 5 hours in the PS1 version of this game. It's like 5 to 7 hours max, and 7 is like pushing it, like you're really like either lost
Really?
or grinding. Yeah, it takes like maybe 5 or 6 hours to get through Midgar.
Huh.
Seeing what they've done, seeing the combat system, seeing them like take that tactical turn-based aspect of Final Fantasy VII and classic Final Fantasy and reimagine it to be what it is now. And it's the thing is like it's not even unique because it's basically just like you have cooldowns for abilities is what they're taking it now. And just like the realization of that idea, I guess, just makes so much sense. And I almost don't want them to ever go away from that combat system again, just from what they've shown.
Right.
Because like I liked 15. 15 was like just an open world game. It was like combos like square, 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 triangle, like what you'd expect from an action game.
Yeah.
But this is cool because it's like, yeah, you can mash attack and stuff with your Buster Sword or your gun if you're Barrett. But that's really just only there to like chip away small amounts of health, but build up your super meter so you can do your ATB attacks and stuff like that. So I think it's a really cool balance, and like it's kind of like they're not remaking Final Fantasy VII. It's like they're just making that game again, if that distinction is clear enough.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like they're not. It doesn't seem like they're beholden to what people remember about that original game, which I still haven't even beaten. I've played through the first disc. I own it on PS4, but I played through the first disc of 7.
Yeah.
And I'm like post the big spoiler for the game. But yeah, I love what I saw. The fact that it's going to be, again, that opening environment that takes 5 hours in the PS1 version on 2 Blu-ray discs.
That's a lot.
That's 50 gigs each. That's 100 gigs of just that original beginning area.
It's a lot.
And I think the thing that really shook me the most with this demo is so the opening cinematic for Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
It's Aerith on the ground, like kneeling, looking in some street corner or something. She stands up. It's on her face. Camera pans out, slowly pans out. It shows you Midgar. Keeps panning, and then it's like Final Fantasy VII. The title comes up, and you just see Midgar, and like it's PS1 CG, you know. They recreated that here, and just seeing them do that pan out,
right,
and seeing the way the city looks, I'm like, man, that entire city is explorable, probably.
I bet.
Like it looks like it's fully rendered, like
right.
an actual map that's just like a side view of it.
Huh. Interesting.
So seeing that was just pretty cool.
I thought it looked really cool. I've never played Final Fantasy VII, you know. But it definitely did. It looked really, really cool. Like it looks something that even I might be interested in, you know. But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
And I'm gonna reiterate this because the other day my brother told me he just found this out, and I think you told me like last episode he just found this out. Final Fantasy VII is not connected to Final Fantasy 6 or 8 or 4. Final Fantasy VII's story is self-contained within Final Fantasy VII. They're like anthologies.
Is the Final Fantasy series kind of like Call of Duty? Where like... Well,
it's more like American Horror Story.
Okay.
Or it's
Gotcha.
like, yeah, there's some crossover elements, like some of the creatures and stuff, but like unique existences, unique realities. There's no real
Like
I,
I don't have to play any other I don't have to play any other Final Fantasy to play Final Fantasy 7 at all.
no, no.
That's lit. All right, cool.
So I just want that out there again because a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah. All right, cool. Okay. Perhaps. Maybe I will. You never know. Maybe I will. My next game is from the developers of a game that I was brutally obsessed with. I loved, you loved as well a lot. Assassin's Creed Odyssey creators are making this new IP called Gods and Monsters. Let me tell you
Good
something,
pick.
boys. Let me tell you something. I know they showed like a minute 30 trailer. What was it? It was just cinematics. We seen the gameplay.
That art direction.
That was arguably probably the best thing at Ubisoft's conference. I'm prepared to say that. It is like other than Watch Dogs Legion, which was obviously pretty good.
What about Bam Bam the dog?
Yeah, of course. Shout out Bam Bam. Shout out Bam Bam. Absolutely. Bam Bam was. Yep. Shout out. We have the. I love how there were memes of E3 of the three. The three fathers of E3, whatever, like the three gods. Keanu, the lady that revealed Ghostwire, and then Bam Bam. It's funny, but whatever. Yeah, Bam Bam was cool, obviously. But no, Gods and Monsters in terms of games at Ubisoft, that was a really cool thing. Like, imagine a prettier Fortnite graphics, colorful environment, and I believe you're fighting gods, or something like that. Or I forgot exactly what the premise of the game is. I probably do a quick GG search on it real quick. But to me, it blew me away. I thought it was really, really cool. Really, really good. So I have the synopsis right here. I'll just read it real quick. Let's see. So it comes from a storybook adventure about a forgotten hero on a quest to save the Greek gods. Prove your heroism by fighting dangerous mythical creatures and taking on their fearsome leader in a face-off for the ages. Explore a beautiful fantasy world where tricky trials, treacherous dungeons, and heroic feats await. The journey will be as challenging and rewarding as the final destination, and you will emerge as the hero you are meant to become. So, I am digging it. I'm digging it a lot, especially off of the back of them making AC Odyssey. And very interesting now that like that team supposedly is not working on the AC. If they're working on this, or maybe they have two separate teams, beyond that point, and they are still flushing out AC. Because I assume one half of the team is probably working still on Odyssey DLC, as they're still pumping out to this day. Like, there's still a content playing rollout for Odyssey at this point, Yeah. I assume they're working on that, but I assume this other half team is probably working on this new IP, which I think looks great. And there's definitely, of course, correlations to, AC Odyssey was dealing with Greek gods and stuff like that. For not directly, but mostly, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see that, they're still kind of using that info and using that backbone for a new IP. That looks really, really cool.
It looks very Breath of the Wild inspired.
It does.
And I'm excited to play it. It's coming out soon, too. It's February 2020.
February 25th, my birthday.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Well, that works
cool.
out.
Pretty cool. I'm like, hey, there we go. Dope.
And it's crazy. They started working on it late last year.
Yeah, so what do you think, how big this game's going to be? Do you think it's going to be like a very just narrative-driven story? Do you think it'll be open world? Like
honestly, I think it's going to be open world, and I think the art style is going to allow them to work faster on the game. Because the thing is, the Odyssey team was like 300 people.
That's so big, dude. God, it's a big team.
So that team, working 1 year with this art style, I feel like they could probably put out a really fun, solid game.
Yeah, no. I can't wait for that one.
That was a good pull. I'm looking
really
forward to that.
Really good one.
So, Kevin?
I hope we don't have crossovers, though. We haven't talked about which games we have, but it's all good. We'll figure it out.
So there's two more for each of us.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Being honest right now, both these spots are kind of blank. But there are two games that I'm looking forward to, but, like, they didn't really wow me.
So, it seems like a Watch Dogs Legion type of thing for me. The way it sounds like for you right now. I feel that.
Kind of.
I mean, sort of.
I don't know. Like, there's a couple things that I've had a heightened interest in after E3. Like, Creature in the Well, I'm more excited for now. That's that pinball game.
I don't.
It's
recall.
a thing that Pop Agenda is helping put out.
I don't recall, but all right. I feel you. I don't know. I am drawing a blank. I assume if you showed me, I would remember. But
It's the game where like you're done. It's like a Zelda-like kind of, but you have a sword and you shoot like balls of energy, and then you hit them and you ricochet like you're playing pinball to like kill people.
that sounds really cool. Why am I forgetting?
Look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up. That isn't on my list, but like something like that is really appealing to me right now. But I'll say one of my favorite trailers of the entire show.
Yes. Okay. I remember. Sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember.
So next up, again, this is a very me thing, because I don't think it necessarily had a good presence at the show, but I thought the trailer they had was amazing. The trailer for Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Definitely a not me thing, but go off, King. Go off. Go off.
So I haven't played a game like Minecraft since, again, we were talking like high school.
Yeah.
But I can sink hours and hours into a game that's like that, where I'm just chilling out. I'm like creating. Same with Animal Crossing. And the thing is, like, I would have put Animal Crossing in this slot, but the delay hurt. The delay hurt me.
I have. So Animal Crossing is on my list.
Okay.
So I'm sure we will get to the point and we'll talk about that because there were. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Dragon Quest Builders 2 is coming out soon. It comes out July 12th, I believe. Mm-hmm. And the reasons I love Animal Crossing are the reasons I'm so excited for this game, because it looks just so fun and jolly, and you're just building a kingdom.
Right.
You can like go on some adventures, you can like get new villagers, and you can just have a good time farming and relax. Like, I'm gonna put like over 200 hours into this game.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm really excited for it. That trailer had a great energy.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, whoever they got to do the VO for that trailer.
Oh my god, he was lit. He was
great.
Screaming. I'm like, let's go. It got me hype. I never played Dragon Quest Builders, but I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's see this gameplay. Okay.
That was honestly, I think it's getting the spot half because it's a game that I'm excited for already.
Yeah.
And half because of that guy's voice.
Honestly, he was really excited about it, and quite frankly, it showed. Deal. Nice pick. I enjoy it. Mine's gonna be a bit. So this spot was tied between 3 games.
Ooh, okay.
All I believe shown at the same conference, if I'm not aware. I'm pretty sure they're shown at the same. Yes, they were shown at the same conference, I believe. I could be wrong. Pretty sure they were. And I was trying to juggle between which 3 I was gonna do, but I figure I'll do this one. Because I think this one overall speaks to me a bit more than the other 2. But even though they all speak to me a lot, and I will probably play all of them, but one of them was definitely like, all right, probably this one. Outriders.
Oh.
It is a what's that reaction? I thought it looked cool. I thought it was a really cool trailer.
Man, it was a CG trailer.
I know. All of them were CG trailers.
I know, that's why I didn't list any CG trailers.
All 3 of them. Gods and Monsters with a CG trailer.
No, it wasn't. That was an engine.
Oh my god. Seriously. They're all trailers, whatever. Well, anyway.
Explain your reasoning. There's a truck outside. I gotta close the window.
I just thought it looked really cool. You know, and we did get some info about it. You know, a 1 to 3 drop in, drop out co-op shooter in that dark, original, desperate sci-fi universe. I like sci-fi stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, overall, I thought it was. You know, I don't know what's this hullabaloo Christian's talking about. But I thought, you know, it looked very nice with the way the game was going and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the other 2 games, you know, since all of a sudden we're not counting trailers now. Excuse me. Ghostwire.
I'm just so confused because no, I think I'm just lost here because it was one of the worst ways you can show a game.
I understand.
It was a new IP that was revealed with just a CG trailer and then a dev diary.
We've had a ton of those.
Yeah, and it's not good.
But I thought the game seemed pretty interesting. Same with my other 2 games I had in this slot, Ghostwire Tokyo, as well as Deathloop.
that gave you hints of things that could be cool. That was like the rapture happens and you have like supernatural powers, you're in Tokyo and you got like a bow and arrow and you're this like weird like Hawkeye from Endgame.
And Outriders, you're one of 3 different characters that have elemental powers and abilities that you have a drop-in co-op shooter style thing where you're in a deep, dark sci-fi universe. We got like the same info. The same amount of info on both of them.
You know what else showed something like that, but showed gameplay with that almost similar same
Oh
description?
my gosh. Yes, sir. What?
That new Ninja Theory game,
Yeah.
that
I,
hero shooter.
wait, the like hero shooter like 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, whatever it is.
Yeah, Bleeding Edge, whatever. That's right.
Wasn't there gameplay on Bleeding Edge?
Yes.
But
Explain to me why Outriders is something more interesting with just CG and not even like a date, I don't think, than
there
something
is no
like
date.
Bleeding Edge, which is targeting the same sort of style of a game.
Bleeding Edge is a little bit more of a lighthearted type of game, as far as I'm aware. It seemed very like Overwatch-esque type of, feel and style. Maybe a bit more serious, but I would realm, in the Overwatch scale, of that type of ilk of character design, stuff like that, a little bit closer to Bleeding Edge as opposed to Outriders, which seemed like a more of a. It seemed like Outriders just seems, this dark side of everything that I personally was feeling. I was like, this seems interesting. Also, Deathloop. So of that,
Deathloop again,
of that,
just like Ghostwire. Little bummed they didn't show gameplay, but Deathloop gives you an interesting concept that we haven't seen in anything before.
I honestly think you need to go back and watch the Outriders thing. I really do.
I don't.
Bro, I feel like.
And
I feel
again,
like,
I'm not
like
just
you're-
specifically angry about Outriders. I'm just angry that so many people thought it would be just fine to just show CG trailers at E3 this year. Like Halo, what the hell was that?
Listen, I am with you. I don't like how we didn't see. I don't know why this year was like, all right, guys, listen, let's just have a mass meeting at E3, right?
No, I know exactly why.
Let's not show gameplay for anything. And I know there was
know
that
exactly
Kotaku
why.
article. Are you talking about that?
No,
Article
I
on
think
Kotaku?
it is
Why?
because Anthem.
Well, that has a part. So the Kotaku argument, just quickly, was that that like off of the first like inception of this issue started with Watch Dogs, right? The first reveal of Watch Dogs back in 2011, 2012, something like that. I forgot when it was exactly, but like how that trailer looked magnificent, and then we got the final release of it, and we got those now pretty common side by side videos on YouTube that are bashing the original showing of the game versus what it came
Right.
out to be, right? So a lot of publishers and devs don't want that to happen anymore,
Yeah, I
So-
think so similar to that, but I think Anthem is the big target here because that game was shown, and then when it came out, it was like, where was that location? That just was not the truth that you showed me that reveal,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were like, hey, we don't want to do that. We don't want to get criticized like Spider-Man Puddlegate or whatever. Like,
Yeah. Puddlegate. Shout out Puddlegate.
like, I think that is exactly why, and I kind of think it was not the right decision. Like, if you're gonna show a game, show what the game is. You don't have to, because the thing is, this is lying just as much as that Anthem thing was.
Well, I mean,
know?
how is Deathloop a better scenario than Outriders?
Because Deathloop has a hook.
What's the hook?
It has a good.
I am with you. I like Deathloop.
Mm-hmm.
I that was almost on the slot.
See, the thing is, if Deathloop or Ghostwire had a little bit of gameplay, they would have been like probably number 1 and 2 on my list.
Oh, 100%.
Deathloop has a concept that we haven't seen in games before. I cannot think of any game right now where it's like what the concept seems to be conveying is it's either single player, you pick a character, or it's or like 2 players. You're going through this world and you're this amazing assassin, and then you just gotta avoid being killed before you can do your thing, because if you get killed, you gotta start over and do the entire thing again, and it's just like a continuous progression. And like the characters both looked awesome and interesting, and like it just seemed like, and the developers that came out on stage had a passion behind what they were talking about, where it was like the highlight of the Bethesda show for me, even over Doom Eternal.
Oh, yeah.
And it just has that unique thing of like similar to that, like with that Tom Cruise movie, like the Live Die Repeat thing.
Edge of Tomorrow, I believe it was called in the States, but I know globally it was called Live Die
Repeat, I think.
Yeah, that, yeah.
Like, that's interesting, and I can't think of many other games that do that, or something like that. Outriders I feel like is targeting that kind of game that I can name like 30 of those right now. So if you're gonna show a game that is like that, I think it has to come, especially for a reveal for a new IP. It has to be bold and it has to be like, this is what makes ours unique and why we deserve your attention over the things out there like Apex, like Overwatch, like what was that? Like Cliff Bleszinski one, like
the skateboard one, the
no,
skateboard battle royale.
no, not
Oh,
Battle
the
Royale.
one
I'm
that
talking like the hero shooter thing.
Oh, the one that I actually liked a lot.
Lawbreakers.
Yeah, I liked Lawbreakers.
Yeah, but like
If
I
I
see
may.
this trailer and I just see Lawbreakers. It's like you're not doing enough to sell this
That's fair.
world or this concept. It was like showing just. I don't think it was a good reveal, and I think it was just the summation of this E3's CG problem in one of the better conferences of the entire week.
So yeah, I can definitely see that. I see where you're coming from. Definitely 100%. Yeah, I get it. But like, I think all these 3 games that I named, Outriders, Deathloop, Ghostwire, even though some seem more interesting than others, I feel like they all share that same issue of like, we didn't actually see any like, you know, gameplay of it per se. So I just picked Outriders just because I just thought it looked cool. I thought it looked cool.
And
even though the
honestly,
other ones also looked
game
cool.
could be cool. I just think it had a very bad reveal, and it was like just a good example of what I thought was wrong with the C3.
It's your game of the year, Christian. Don't worry about it. Spring 2021. Watch, man. Your game of the year. Watch. You heard it here first. What's your number 1 pick?
So here's again. Here's where it gets tricky.
I love to hear it.
Because a game that I'm looking forward to, that I think was the best moment of E3 this year.
The best moment of E3.
And I don't want to. I'm not counting Breath of the Wild 2 because I feel like that was just so. It was like so much to digest with just that short amount of time, and I love Breath of the Wild. I cannot wait for the sequel. I bet it's coming holiday 2020. It just looks so dark, but like that was awesome. That was my favorite thing from E3, I think. But my favorite thing that was like more tangible was the Keanu moment.
That was
But
cool.
with Cyberpunk, again, just a CG trailer, conveyed points. I thought it was less interesting than that CG trailer that crashed Xbox last year.
Yeah. Dude, have you heard of what they showed behind the scenes?
Yeah, and again, I think there was a rumor it's coming out later this summer.
Yeah. After it was like August when they're gonna release it, I think. But crazy.
So like, I have trouble giving it to Cyberpunk. I also have trouble giving it to Jedi because I was really not super stoked going into E3 for Jedi Fallen Order. In retrospect, I'm like, yeah, they kind of showed some stuff that looked all right. It looked like pretty average, but the combat looked amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's enough to be my highlight.
Yeah, I mean, me and you were pretty positive on Jedi Fallen Order, but I think we both kind of share that, like, I don't know if it, like, completely 100% like blew us back. You know, I thought we just both thought it looked really pretty to really good. You know.
Yeah, like I think seeing the combat and seeing how
the game
good the combat looks like it's gonna feel, Souls-like. I feel like that on top of everything else they've shown, it's gonna leave me in the same spot as Spider-Man. But like, yeah, man, it's a tough choice, but I feel honestly, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I think number 1 is just gonna be Zelda.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
CG trailer. Interesting.
There's a difference there.
I know,
because that wasn't CG, that was in-engine. Breath of the Wild looks exactly like that.
I know, I'm joking. I feel that.
You see the shot at the end of that trailer that you can like barely see the castle in the background? That is in-engine. But yeah, I think, like I said, there's just so much in that reveal. I think Nintendo had my favorite show. I think it was Nintendo Square, kind of funny, and then the rest.
Yeah.
Shout out PC Gaming. They had some cool games there.
Shout out
but like,
PC.
yeah, Breath of the Wild 2. I know you didn't finish Breath of the Wild.
No. I don't know. I've been thinking about going back to it and giving it another shot, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. I may or I may not. I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
like kind of want to just to understand the conversation behind Breath of the Wild. Not that
Mhm.
like I'm disagreeing that I can acknowledge that no, it's an important game. Everyone likes it a lot. It did a lot of good things for the franchise and overall in gaming as a whole. Like definitely people seem to be up and up on it. So I can acknowledge that. But I would like to see it firsthand. And like understand that point of view. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
So I think the reason why I'm so excited for it, and the reason I think it honestly, I don't think it stole the show the way like the Keanu moment stole the show,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it stole the show as far as like what it means for Nintendo moving forward.
Right.
Because like everybody's in this weird in between right now, but Nintendo's like, hey, that great game that you all loved, we're making a sequel to it. It's a direct sequel. The first time I can think of in recent memory that there's been a direct follow up since like the 90s maybe for a Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
Same characters, same world, and it looks just so dark. And my two favorite Zelda games, tied for number one, Twilight Princess and Link's Awakening. Both of those games have like a melancholy to them and just like a sort of like dire, hopeless feel. And I'm really excited to see them tackle that in the same universe and world as Breath of the Wild, where Breath of the Wild was so like beautiful and calm and serene. There's just a lot that excited me about that trailer, and I like it makes me happy that like we're still in like the real good, not even close to the middle of the Switch life cycle right now.
Right.
And that was just refreshing across this entire E3, where it's just like a lot of like smoke and mirrors for a lot of things.
Right.
So
I see. I see. My number not well my last game I liked.
yeah,
Not
see, man, it's like really hard to be like, oh, the best thing they
yeah,
showed.
yeah. None of yeah, I don't know what the best would have been. But you gotta give it up for Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now this game does share an issue I have with another game that I will talk about at the end of this whole thing. But overall, I'm sure me and Christian were definitely. I'm sure you were also very very happy about having that like um orbital view where the world comes in the orb. I'm sure like I saw that. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank God, looking nice. Tom Nook still out here being a debt collector. You know what I'm saying? Being big homie, making sure I pay my debts. But overall, it looked really cool. It just looked to me like more and better Animal Crossing, which I haven't played it. I haven't played Animal Crossing in so long. Oh my god, since 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, on the Wii. What was it called? New Village. What was that?
New Leaf was on the
New
3DS.
Leaf. No, 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 no. The one for the Wii. I forgot what.
City Folk, I think, was on the Wii.
I think City Folk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the last one I really got into. I think before that I was on New Leaf Forever, but like City Folk. I love Animal Crossing. I cannot wait to have it. I cannot wait to have it on Switch. It's definitely gonna be just like my chill out, lay in bed, do my upkeep on Animal Crossing, go to bed. That's definitely what it's gonna be for me. I love Animal Crossing. I love the aesthetic, the sounds of it. Just to me, super nostalgic. It is. I love it. I love it. I love it. So
Yeah. I think I'm, again, huge Animal Crossing fan. I had
absolutely.
like 250 plus hours in New Leaf on my 3DS. I think New Leaf perfected what Animal Crossing is,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really worried that for the next one, for New Horizons, they were gonna just mess with something they didn't need to mess with.
Right.
So I'm very happy that what we saw looks like, hey, mechanically, it's doing exactly what New Leaf did great, but it's introducing new things to the series because you've never been able to craft before.
Never.
I'm not counting Pocket Camp where it's like you have materials you can use to spend on things. You've never been able to, like, again, Dragon Quest Builders or Minecraft style, go out into the world, get materials, create tools, create furniture, create things with materials you find in your town or your island here.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think that mechanic of being able to craft, being able to pretty much build your entire village in this one from the ground up
Mm-hmm.
is exciting, and I think it's the right step forward that they could have taken.
I agree.
Because again, I talked to you about this. I was really worried it was going to be some weird gimmick about like,
Very.
oh,
Yes.
it's all underwater, or like something weird. So I'm happy. It just looks like real solid Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
bummer that it's 2020, but
That is so. There are two games out of all three that I could have sworn to you were coming out end of this year. Watch Dogs Legion and Animal Crossing, and I cannot believe they are both 2020 Q1/Q2.
I will say though,
I cannot believe it. I actually cannot believe it, especially Watch Dogs.
so I'll say Animal Crossing. Good on Nintendo for delaying it. They had very good reasons to do it.
Yes, yes, of course. Of course.
And it's nice to see that, like that, the name Nintendo taking a stand against crunch, I think is a very good thing to see. Also, that's gonna be the first big hit of the year, baby. That's gonna be a real good time. March. I'm gonna be starving for games.
Dude, we have
by
a
then.
packed 2020 early Q1 as of right now. It is very, very stacked. It is looking thick with two C's, you feel me? So, I mean, now, we've at least as far as I'm aware, post E3, we have a very clear path of what I will be playing for the next 6 months to round out 2019. Very, very clear,
Yeah, same.
Very clear. I don't know if we will discuss that on podcast or after the podcast. Not sure, but because I'm still compiling my like planned schedule for the rest of the year. But
yeah,
we'll see.
And I would like to, I want to put this out there.
Mm-hmm.
Can we both agree
Mm-hmm.
that the most exciting game that was shown at this conference that is coming out and we have a release date for it is Cyberpunk?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Because I do think that, like that and the Breath of the Wild sequel were like the two, oh my god, this is E3 madness moments.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
So, but like Cyberpunk feels more tangible.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Could get delayed, but like April next year is going to be a good time.
Mm.
So that's cool. And we talked about Avengers earlier. That's why it didn't make my list.
Yeah. Avengers, I feel like if they showed gameplay, maybe it would have been a little bit higher for me. But then again, hearing what was said about the Avengers gameplay that was shown behind closed doors, I'm like, interesting. Interesting, but yeah.
And I don't think I said this at the top of it, but my list wasn't really in any order.
Neither was mine. No.
Because, like, if I could have one of those games right now to play for the summer, it might be Darksiders. Because I've thought about that game so much since it got revealed.
Hey, okay,
so,
okay, all right.
And again, like, shout out Creature in the Well. I wasn't too into it at that reveal, but, like, after seeing the E3 stuff, I'm like, this is going to be, like, a real solid dungeon crawler that I'm way into.
Yeah.
But yeah, low-key E3 this year.
Yeah. Very odd E3. I don't know. I guess I have one question before we wrap up here officially. Do you think Sony will return to E3? Of course, being a PlayStation source channel, you know what I'm saying? I gotta throw that out there. I'm just curious,
I don't know. I think it depends, honestly, how the rest of this year goes.
Interesting.
Because whatever they're going to show this year, however many state of plays are left, if there's going to be a PSX, I think realistically they could totally get away with making a big deal out of PSX for the PS5 reveal and just don't show up at E3 and just have some more state of plays. I think a lot of it is going to depend on how the rest of the year shakes out. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very up in the air. I don't see them coming back. I don't know.
If they do, I think it's going to be what we were kind of expecting. If it's just another state of play, like direct style. Maybe they showcase like one game on the show floor or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see.
Do you have any closing thoughts on E3 this year?
Any
last shout outs to games that you liked?
Here, I'll just roll up an honorable mentions real quick, I suppose. Hold on, let me just pull this up real quick. So, Ghostwire Tokyo, Deathloop, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Cyberpunk 2077, Watch Dogs Legion, Wolfenstein Youngblood coming up here pretty soon. Definitely hyped for that Wolfenstein. Definitely enjoy it. Cannot wait. Doom Eternal. Have to play the original Doom 2016, not the OG from back in the day, but Doom 2016. That is
I think I'm gonna pick it up today. Actually,
Ooh,
it's on
okay.
sale. Sale ends today, so
That is on my list of games to play. So not sure when it's happening, but I do want to play it, and we do have a confirmation that it is coming out in November, so that's cool. It's definitely and then Borderlands 3, of course. You know what I'm saying? Christian's game of the year as well. You know.
Hey, I'm playing. I played 2 for a couple hours the other day with my friends.
Ooh,
So
really?
see where that goes.
Going back to Borderlands 1 was a really moving thing for me. God, I love that game. God, love Borderlands 1. But do you have any honorable mentions to bring up games that just off the top of your head that you didn't get to voice your full opinion
on? Square Enix, thank you, thank you for giving me a way to play Final Fantasy VIII. I've wanted to play this game for so long, and I don't want to play it on Steam. I want to play it on my Switch, and if I really like it, I want to buy it on PS4 and then platinum it. Leon, I know his name's Squall, but that's not real because in Kingdom Hearts his name is Leon. I want to see his story and where he came from, so that's awesome. Similarly, again, sticking with Square Enix, I think the Switch port of Dragon Quest XI looks real cool. There's a lot of stuff they're adding to that. I didn't play Dragon Quest XI in the fall. Looking for an RPG to play in September-ish. Might check that out. Link's Awakening also. Just cool seeing that come together the way it's coming together. I'm like thinking about getting Crash Team Racing. They're showing some cool things there.
Interesting.
But yeah, man, I really can't think of many standouts. I think that the things I'm really excited for, I already talked about, even the stuff that didn't make my list necessarily.
Yeah, it was just a very odd E3, very weird. It was just a very awkward feeling E3 overall. You know.
Yeah.
Don't know. I feel like I feel like there's a lot less discussion after E3 about E3, which, at least I feel like in past years, we'd be talking, in a similar vein, we would talk, maybe like a month and a half before E3 even started happening, like hearing a lot more. But we started feeling E3 like 2 weeks before E3, as opposed to like, the regular like month and a half before, month-ish, And I feel like, I know we're literally almost about a week after E3, as of 6 o'clock tonight, I guess would be a week. Well, not including Nintendo, but of course, they also matter. But I feel like there's less discussion about this E3 in specific. I don't know.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm curious to see what the summer's like because there's not a ton of releases coming up, and I don't know how much more things are going to be announced for this year.
I know Judgment's coming out. Isn't that like this week or next week? Are you gonna pick that up?
I think there's a handful of PlayStation games coming out between now and October that I'm gonna wait for Black Friday.
Judgment, Control.
Yep. Both of those. Maybe Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, for me, I think my next big game that's new is Wolfenstein Youngblood.
I mean, I got some Nintendo stuff coming up pretty soon that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
But other than that, next big PlayStation thing I'm getting day one. I wrote it down. What is it? I think maybe Ghost Recon. So it's going to be an interesting summer. So if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you can keep it locked here. We're going to have new content.
Absolutely.
New stuff coming out over the summer. You don't got new announcements for games to keep you entertained, then you got us. Kevin, if the people want to find you, where can they find you?
Find me in the lower third here, Advocate123. You can follow me on there. You can catch me, of course, on my Twitter, and of course on the youtube.com/PlayStationSource YouTube channel. We are still continuing on that weekly road to part 2, and it hasn't been weekly yet, but now it will be weekly because we are past E3 and past the whole, questioning of us to play, whatever. We are now hopefully going to move into a season of weekly road to part 2, so get hyped for that. Of course, Save Slot every Friday, the weekly news show where we go over all things PlayStation news, revealing first party and third party. So definitely catch us on there. And a bunch of other videos I got working as well in the background. So keep it locked.
Very nice. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at @ChrisNBuckley. Like Kevin said, stick around here. He's doing lots of good work. You did a great job covering E3. Shout out to you.
Yeah. Even though it, got in a trash can on fire, you know. But
Hey, that wasn't your fault. That was
hey, man.
Ubisoft's.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Oh well.
Or YouTube's, actually. But,
I don't know whose fault it is, but hopefully it gets resolved.
so, yeah. I have a Marvel show, youtube.com/joyclicks. It's wrapping up soon. And yeah, that's about it. That's what I gotta say. It's summertime. Excited to clear through some backlogs.
Summer of the backlog, absolutely.
Yeah.
Summer of the backlog.
Well,
am I playing Arkham series next?
Nice.
Am
Nice.
I? I don't know. I don't know.
Please do it.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
I just finished Resident Evil.
Ooh.
I think I'm doing Resident Evil 2 next, and I'm working on Crash 2 right now. So
Okay.
it's a good season to be playing games.
Okay. Deal.
So until next time.
Greatness awaits.